there was a beautiful story of a great devotee of Lord Jagannath, actually, Arjun by name. Actually, he was from the military. And you know, military people, very often they're very tough people. But his wife was a great devotee of Lord Jagannath. So one day, he left his wife, said, look, don't force me to do anything about spirituality or religious things. You do your thing. And this is Mataji's thing, so you do your things. But don't force me to do it. She never forced him. So she will go to Bhagavad Gita. She will hear the glory of Lord Jagannath and all the saints. One day, there was a group of sadhu who was passing by her place. She invited them home. So, and of course, when they're at home, you see, if you are in the world, you speak only worldly things, business, and so on, you know. But when you're in the spiritual path, what is the object of your talk? It's about spirituality. So all the sadhus were talking, it became like a katha, you know, and they were all so engrossed in it, and that joy and happiness that was deriving from that, you know, she was enjoying it, you know. Meanwhile, the husband arrived home, and he saw that, and he was angry. He was so angry and said, listen, I don't mind that you go and listen and do your things outside, but in my house, without asking me, you brought all these people here. So with politeness, he went to the sadhu and said, please, I respect you all, pack your stuff and go. So they packed and left. But the wife became so angry. How dare you do this? No. So he said, from now on, I remove you from my heart. That doesn't mean that she will not say him. In the Indian tradition, what we do? She cover her head. So from now on, you don't look at me, and I don't look at you. So every time you will pass by, put the gungat, covering her face. Because you may remove somebody, you know, outside, you may keep distant from someone. But if your heart itself is not attached to that person, this is the biggest distance, actually. The same when you love, you know, you love somebody. Physically, maybe the person is not there, but your heart is attached to. You know? How many people, their heart is attached to Bhagwan, yet they don't know whether Bhagwan is there or not. But inside of them, their heart is attached to him. That is a real attachment, you know. The real longing, the real true love, when the heart is in it. But when the heart is not in it, then there is no. Physically, you can be with somebody, but there's no relationship. So like that, they live the life. So one day he was passing by, he heard some katha was happening, some spiritual discourse was happening. And he thought, let me go and see why my wife have let go of me because of that. There must be something. Now you're all sitting here, not for any reason. Look at the big smile. There must be a reason why, you know. And it is not of the outside. It is something which is deep inside. So like that, he also asked, you know. let me see what my wife sees in them. So he went and sat there. When he sat there, what happened? Something changed inside of him. He started to reflect. There's nothing wrong here. What she's doing is perfectly fine. You see, very often, when you don't understand something, you have a certain notion of it. Your mind starts to judge. Your mind starts to criticize. Because you don't know. Very often, you don't even want to know. Because if you want truly to know, that means you have to change something inside of you. But if you don't want to change something inside of you, you don't want to know. Then you better be ignorant. That's why in the world outside they say ignorant is bliss. It can't be bliss. It's the biggest foolishness. It can't be bliss. So like that, he thought something is happening inside of him. A change starts to happen. He starts to reflect. He starts to use his intelligence and start to reflect upon it. So as he reflects upon it and start to listen what the sadhus was saying, what the saints were saying, like Krishna said in the Gita to Arjuna, happiness. In the world, everybody is running towards happiness. But happiness, if you run towards happiness, automatically, if there's happiness, there will be sadness. These two things goes hand in hand. In the Gita, what Bhagavan Krishna said to Arjuna, that don't run behind happiness. Because if you run behind happiness, you are meant to be unhappy afterwards. What you have to do is do everything in a peaceful way. Do everything but you have that dissatisfaction that you have done something. If you have done something, you are not satisfied, nothing will come. Happiness can't come. So Bhagavan Krishna said to Arjuna, attain peace inside of you. Do everything so that everything is done with that attitude of peacefulness. And when you do something with that attitude of peacefulness, everything will run towards you. Happiness will run towards you. You don't need to run towards happiness. You don't need to do anything to be happy. Happy will come by itself. If you're peaceful, happiness will be there. But if you're not peaceful, happiness will not be there. That's what Bhagavan said to Arjuna. Don't run towards happiness. Don't run towards something which have a limitation. So the same thing, you see, when you're hearing the bhajan, it's not just happy on the outside, but something inside have changed. Something inside of you. You become more peaceful with yourself. When you become peaceful with yourself, everything outside becomes peaceful. You become to a point where you can't be moved. You know that everything is just fine. You see, we have the tendency to control everything. And when it goes the way we want, we say it is fine. When it doesn't go the way we want, it is not fine. That is the unhappiness and happiness. So what Bhagavan said, in the Gita, in Bhagavad itself, they come to a point where you can't be moved by this. Just know that everything is fine, how it is. And everything goes according to my will. How I will it, there's no imperfection into that. I take you where you are, I put you where you have to be. And it is perfect. And that state of mind, only a devotee can understand that. Because into the outside world, a worldly person is very difficult to understand. So that's why spirituality is that transformation of that mindset itself, where you move from here to here. But with that clear confidence and clear clarity, but yes, it's all fine. I am seated in a place that I can't go. Nobody can move me. So like that saint also have reached to that point just by listening what the saint was talking about. He came to that point that he was in peace. He was in peace with himself. Because when you are in peace with yourself, you are in peace with everything. But when you are not in peace with yourself, as much as happiness and sadness, you will never be in peace with anybody. So he attained to that state of peaceful, inner peace inside of him, which Bhagavan Krishna said to Arjuna. So he started to realize, all the time I have blamed my wife, but there was something wonderful into that, which I never wanted to look at. So he didn't say anything to his wife. So one fine day, there was another kata. He was moving from kata to kata. So one day he arrived to one place. His wife was there, but they didn't tell each another. Wife was still very angry. And he was behind. His wife was in front. And he was in that state of bliss where he was just crying and dancing without anybody, He was not bothered about anyone, what people were thinking about, what people were saying, what the people are saying. No, nothing. It was just dancing. The dance was happening. So his wife said, everybody was just turning and looking what was happening. Because you see, when you are in such state, it's a different kind of dance which is happening inside of you. So they all turned, and when the wife turned, I said, that's my husband. What have happened to him? She could not believe her eyes. But she didn't go there. So she went home and waited for her husband to come. So this time when the husband came, the pallu was out, the veil was out from her head. But the husband said, listen, I am here. Why do you put the veil? Why you remove the veil? I said, I thought you didn't like the devotee of the Lord. That's why I have covered me. But now I've seen you. I've seen the love, but is awakening inside of you. There's no need for that. Then the husband said, listen, my dear, before I love you very much, but it was physical. But I love you now differently. It's not about you, whether you cover your face or not, but the love comes from the heart itself. That's how I love you now. It's nothing to do of the outside. It's all have to do from the inside. The love, very often we see only the outside, but love is not about the outside. Love is true love is from the heart itself. It's the heart that loves. So then they realized that they are devotee now. And he had one wish only, to go to Jagannath, go to Puri and have darshan of Lord Jagannath. And he said to his wife, let's go to Jagannath and have darshan. At that moment, he was a chief in the army. Some soldier came with a letter, but an urgent things have happened. They have to go for war. So as he still was enrolled with the king, so he said, I have to do my duty. So he left, he went to war. You see, at that time, whenever you go to war, whoever won, what they do? They take everything. All the treasures, all the wealth and everything from the loser one. So as they were taking all the jewelry from the lost king, he noticed one big diamond. And he said, that diamond, listen, I will be going to Puri. I have to bring something for Lord Jagannath. And that will look very nice on him. That was his, bhav inside of him. So why he did it? He took it quietly and hide it in his turban. Put in his turban. And one soldier saw him. Even if it is taking it in the right way, it is still a theft, in the eyes of the king, because he's stealing from the king. So the soldier went to the king and reported him. So the king called him and said, as the king was dear to him and related to him, so the king didn't want to face him directly. So what the king said, this man, Arjun, used to go to have lunch at the king's sister's house. So the king didn't want to ask him directly because he felt a bit cheap, If I am the king, how can I ask you for something? This is a cheap way, So he asked his sister, listen, this guy come to you every day to have food. Can you sort him out for me? I mean, can you poison him a little bit? So the sister agreed. They cooked nice food and put poison inside and offer to him. So this guy, Arjun, whenever he will eat, first he will feed the daughter of the sister. Always, every day when he will go and eat there, he will offer the first morsel to the daughter. So he asks the sister of the king, where is your daughter? Because this is my tradition that I will not eat until she eat. Because I consider her as Jagadamba, the Divine Mother. So I feed her, thinking that I'm feeding the Divine Mother first and I take it. I said, she's not here, she have gone. I said, then I will sit and wait until she come back. So seeing that, that how loyal he was, and her truly dedication, when he said that I consider your daughter as Jagadamba, something changed inside of her. And she said, please don't eat that food. I said, why? It is poison. I put poison inside because my brother want that, money, the diamond that you have inside of your turban. Please don't eat. Then he asked her, you have offered this as prasad, no? I said, yes, I offer the prasad. Said that you offer poison to Bhagwan, then it is Mahaprasad. So he took it and said, no, I will eat it. So he took, if you have offered it to Bhagwan, I will eat it. So how can you offer poison to Jagannath? Similar to Mirabai, Tukaram, all the great saints, they were all poison like that, So he took the prasad. As he was eating, he was beaming. He was shining. His shine was increasing more and more. That joy, that bliss was awakening more. So she fell down on her feet and said, please forgive me. Even if I wanted to poison you, but I see now, I can't do that. So then the God came, took him, brought him again to the king. I said, fine. Now you have to give the diamond to the king. I said, look, okay, I will give, but first, before you bring me to the king, I want to take a bath in there was a pond, in front of all the temple they have pond. I want to take a bath in that pond first. So he went in the pond and he took the diamond out and in front of everybody, he dropped it in the pond. He said to Jagannath, Lord, you know very well I didn't take it for me. I took it for you. I can't come to Puri to offer it to you. You come and get it yourself. So he dropped it in the pond. So the king, and the soldier told the king, and the king asked that all the water be dry off from the pond to look for that big diamond. So all the water was dry up. They keep searching for the diamond everywhere. Emptied completely. They didn't find the diamond. They asked him, where did you put it? I said, I drop it here. I drop it. Everybody saw that I drop it into the pond itself. I said, why we didn't find it? I said, the one that I have dropped it and I told him to come and get it, he came and get it. So the king said, okay, if that is so, let's go to Puri. So to catch him, said, yay, that is my wish. I wanted to go to Puri. So look at Jagannath ji and die. So I said, if I don't see the diamond there, I will kill you there itself. It's a great blessing. To die in front of Jagannath, what is the greatest blessing of that? I said, that's what I want. So chalo. So as they went to Puri, and Lord Jagannath is there, and on his chest was the diamond which the king was searching. So seeing that, everybody was shocked and very, very touched, So he was crying. At that moment, he went and hugged Jagannath ji, and he left his body. So you see, that change, that transformation, what happened inside of you. It's a mystery to our mind, because you see, we like to understand everything. We like to comprehend. And then once we have comprehended, say, yes, I'm very intelligent, I know it now. Actually, we can't comprehend. His mystery is unknown to our mind. What he does, how he does, we can just surrender and accept it.